Welcome everybody, this is the Code 911 channel, and in this video I'm going to show you everything you need to know about Java so that you can be an expert. So sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. What's on your screen is the list of the things I'm going to go through, so you can skip ahead if you want what exactly you need to learn about, but I prefer you watch the whole video because at the end I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that you can use in your Java code. So I'm going to start with the IDEs. The IDEs are basically where you write your code and where you edit your code. We have examples like Eclipse, we have IntelliJ. So for this video, as you can see, I'm going to use IntelliJ because this is what I'm mainly comfortable with. So I'm going to start all the way from the beginning, from a project. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this project. So I'm going to create my new project, come to new project, and I'm going to say, I'm going to call my new project learn Java 1. Then I create. As you can see on your screen, this is like just an example of what your code should look like. IntelliJ is just giving you an example of what all your code should look like. So I'm going to ignore all this and I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to call my new class learn Java. Now, for every Java code to run, you need a main method. The main method, you can just say psvm, the shortcut, and press enter. It will automatically create it for you. That's the importance of IDEs like IntelliJ. Main method enables everything to run. So I'm going to give an example of printing out something. I shouldn't just want to print out anything. So I'm going to print out hello world because it's like tradition, because basically almost everybody started with that. So to print out, I'm just going to use a shortcut, SOUT, press enter to automatically create it for you. Then open your double quotes, and in the double quotes say hello world. Then you run your code. As you can see, hello world. So next I want to look at variables. Variables contain data types that can be used to store different values. So all the above are data types. There are primitive data types which include the int, the double, the char, the boolean. The int, the integer, it is basically just a whole number. The double is a decimal number. I forgot here too. The double, just say B. The double is a decimal number. The char is just a single character. And the boolean determines whether something is true or false. So here we are declaring a variable, then we are assigning a value to it. This is a declaration, then we are assigning a value to it. So then other data types, they are non-primitive data types, which include a string. Then these are arrays which are used to store multiple values of the same type. When we store values in the variables, we can do different things to it. We can print them out. We can carry out arithmetics on them. So I'm going to give you an example. Let me say I want to print out the integer. I'll just say our shortcut, then I'll just put the name in bracket and this should print out the name James. As the name James has been printed out. You can do this for all the other data types because you have declared. And next I want to look at a simple arithmetic. I'm going to remove this. Let me say my arithmetic, I have two integers. Let me say y equals to 4. If I want to add these two integers, I will need something to store them in. I'm going to store them in int result, and the result will be equals to x plus y. So when I come here to my printout, and then I print out result, this result should give me the addition of x and y, which is 2 plus 4. It should be my outcome. Yeah, as you can see, my outcome is 6, which is 2 plus 4, which is 6. As you have seen, that's how we can use arithmetic in Java. Because there are so many other examples, subtraction, multiplication. There are so many things you can do. You can keep practicing. Next, I'm going to use a for loop. I want to use a for loop and show you how it can be used in this scenario. I'm going to say for x equals to 0. For x equals to 0, x is less than. I'm going to change this and to have a higher value. I'm going to say 5. I want the range to be much bigger. X should be less than 5. X is less than 5. Then x plus plus. So here I'm going to print out x. Going to print out x. So what is going to happen is x will start from 0. As long as x is still less than 5, x will be increasing by 1 by each step until x is beyond 5. That's when the condition will stop. As you can see, what has been printed out is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's basically like x has started from 0. It has gone to 1, it has gone to 2, to 3, to 4. Then finally, this condition has been met. It is printed out as long as it is less than 5. That's the condition here. That's what this condition means. And you can see they have been increasing by 1, by 1, by 1 up to. So that's what this x plus plus means. It is an increment of 1. And next, I want to show you how an if statement can be used. An if statement, sorry about that. If statements, I'm going to use, this shouldn't be there. I think this curly bracket. An if statement, I'm going to use it with the boolean. That's why I left the boolean there. So I'm going to say if is student, I'll print out the person is a student. Else you print out person is not a student. This basically means that if the person is a student, you'll print out this. Else, if the student is false, then they'll print out this. So let's run our code. So as you can see, the person is a student. That's because our student here is true. If his student was false, if we change this to false, and run our code, as you can see, it will print out the person is not a student. So that's how the if statement works. Of course, there are other details to it, but it's just a good starting point for you. So that's it for the if statement. Next, I wanted to look at methods. Well, methods are very important. They're similar to functions in other languages. So methods, I'm going to use two types of methods. One without parameters, then another one with parameters, because they are usually called in the main method. So public, we'll say public static void, just say greet, static void greet. And I'm not putting any parameters because I'm starting with the one without parameters. Your parentheses, then just print out. Let me say hello subscribe. So I want to print out hello subscribe, but now, like as I said, methods have to be called in the main method here. So if we are to run our code, see what happens. Nothing has been printed out. Now you go to your main method, then you call your method. Let's say greet, then you execute it. Now run your code again. As you can see now, hello subscribe. So that's it. That's basically the method without any parameters inside it. Okay, we are done with the method without parameters. Now we're going to look at the method with parameters, but I want to use two parameters. So first I'm going to change this. To add. I want to add two numbers, and say int x and int y. I want to add two integers. Then here I want to have a return value, return x plus y. And now to have a return value, you have to remove void, because a void method cannot have a return value. So you remove this. Then I'm going to just say int public static int add method. I'm going to remove all the three because we no longer need them. Then now I'm going to call my method under the main method here, so that we can run it. So I want to print out the result of this addition. So I would say print out. I'm going to say learn Java, our class that we started with here, dot then our method add. Then inside the parentheses, I'm going to put the two integers that I want to add. Let me say I want to add 5 and 4. So I want to add 5 and 4. So when we run our code, of course, our output is 9. Well, 5 plus 4 is 9. So that's the method with two parameters. So because basically a method is like code that performs a specific task. So in this specific task, I've used this method to add the two integers to give me my output of 9. Okay, lastly, before the tips and tricks, I want to show you how a scanner class works. A scanner class is mainly used for user input. So to use a scanner class, you have to first import it. Import java.util.scanner. So we have imported our scanner. Then after that, we have to create an object for the scanner. So it will be scanner. As you can see the difference. One has the capital S, the other the small s, equals to new scanner. We are creating an object. Then inside it, you'll put system.in. System.in it accepts user input. Then you execute. Okay. You may be confused what I'm meaning by user input. Let me show you what I mean. So I want to print out telling the user of the system to enter their name. So I say I print out enter your name. Enter your name. Then for the user to be able to respond to that question so that they are able to enter their name, I'm going to say string name as a variable, and a variable to store the scanner for the next line. So I'm going to say scanner dot next line. Execute, meaning this scanner dot next line, it is going to receive the user input of the name. So if the user enters their name, this scanner will be able to receive it and store it. So I want to form an interactive system. So what I'm going to do, I want the system to print back to the user their name that they enter. So I'm going to say print out your name is space, then plus the name. I want the system to be able to show the user that their name has been received, and it displays it back to the user. Let's run our code and see what I mean. As you can see here, the system is asking enter your name. So the user will enter their name, maybe James, but let me use my YouTube channel name, code 911, because I want you to remember it and you subscribe. So you press enter, so the system will display back your name is code 911. So that's basically how a scanner class is used. Of course, this is like how you form those interactive systems in Java. So I think I've completed everything I wanted to talk about, and I hope this video has been helpful. So before we leave, if you are still here, you are a legend, and I appreciate you so much. Next is time for the tips and tricks. So the first one, obviously, I want to say practice Java, maybe 1 hour per day. Java, I see Java as one of the easiest programming languages to learn, and it is in the top 3 best languages to use. And most companies, people use Java. So next, I want to show you how you can change the color of your output. As you can see, the color of my output, is blue. So how did I do it? You come to settings, go to editor, go to color schemes, come to console colors. So for the output, it is standard. That's the standard. For system output, you can see that's where those commands are written in yellow, because the command output is in yellow. Standard output, why mine is blue, I changed it here. Now if I change this to yellow, and I say okay, then when I come back and run my code, stop and run, as you can see, my output is now in yellow. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. So I hope to see you in the next video.